guess you can still play the game.
It's fine, I got the trailer stuff set up.
Okay.
Kitty, are you trying to help? My cat thinks she's helping, but she's really not. So I'm guessing we're ready to go.
Yes.
Alrighty. So we're gonna spin this ball of death in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Did the All right. Welcome to the fourth and final review of the evening. Up this time is Necrosphere or Necrosphere Deluxe. I believe the Deluxe is in reference to this Terry's Dream mode, a short ultra hard side story in which Terry lucidly dreams that he's completely naked. Um, on that note, Necrosphere is where you go when you die, regardless of being good or bad. You don't get to see the other people around there, nor do you have anything to do besides play the waiting game alone forever. Some things may be worse than, not existing. Anyway, as soon as Agent Terry Cooper, fatally injured in an ambush, hits the Necrosphere, he learns that a portal can take him back to the world of the living, and his quest to escape the afterlife is set. So, yeah, this builds itself as a hardcore, bite-sized Metroidvania game which you control with only 2 buttons. Like, yeah, I'm not sure if this is a perk of the job, but like we do play a lot of interesting games on the program. I mean, not all the time. When see whenever Rodalikia comes up in the conversation, for example. But yeah, this is certainly quite the mix. It's it is a combination of a Metroidvania, a what I would call a game jam game. Like I'm willing to bet paper money that this game came out of a game jam. It's got that flavor, and it's in the 2 buttons thing. It's like that. This feels like the kind of thing that came out of a game jam that said you can only make a game where you can use 2 buttons. And in the case of Necrosphere here, you use the 2 buttons to move left or right. And on a controller, at least on my Xbox controller, those are confined to the shoulder buttons or the trigger buttons. You can use either. You can also use like the A button to move in one direction. I'm not sure why that was a thing. And you might be asking, okay, it's only got 2 buttons. How does the Metroidvania play out? Because here it's backtracking and getting upgrades. I only got 1, and that was the ballet suit, which allows you to jump over larger crevasses, and you do that by double tapping. Not the most reliable way to maneuver, to say the least. In fact, like using either the trigger or the shoulder buttons. Kind of shows why, you really don't control the games this way. Like, not the most
Somewhere there's a
accurate.
twisted timeline where that's the norm.
God help us all. Like, and it's merged into like I said, a masochist platformer like Super Meat Boy or Dust Force or 1001 Spikes. We've covered quite a few of those, but like I said, we've never covered a mix quite like this. As far as like it builds at 2.5 hours of tough, no filler gameplay. This game is probably going to run you longer than that. Not in terms of size, but it's in that. Oh, hey, this game likes to kill you, and it's going to be doing that over and over again. Like, and to compound things, this actually does have a lot of roots. I stopped playing where it wanted me to do some really pixel precision platforming, regards to a bubble platform, and getting up to a ledge that was surrounded by spikes. And the controls are really terrible for that kind of thing. And it's like, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. This kind of game, this kind of platformer, just isn't my bag. Like, and this is definitely something that's operating more on the memorization style than anything else. Like the flow isn't as snappy as Super Meat Boy, and you do like go, you do regenerate, but it's also at certain points. So, it is a bit more methodical, and that does have a difference. Like, it's just, it comes down to I do not find enjoyment over smashing my face proverbially against the wall to get there. I know we say this often, but this stuff has their fans. We're in general not fans of it. It's not badly designed or anything, but harkening back to the first game of the evening, that's the downfall of experimentation. Sometimes it doesn't work out too well, and I don't think that this mix came together. They honestly kind of clashed, kind of really clashed. Like, I think it really just should have been about the platforming, and not the Metroidvania stuff. That seemed to be less outside of the power-ups.
Well, yeah, because you're combining segmented skill challenge play with like exploratory problem solving play. That's a rough combination.
Yeah, it didn't really pan out. I'm like, unfortunate, but like I said, I don't regret playing this game either. Just to see some, once again, it's a unique game. It does have that faux retro style that's not adhering to any particular system, probably for the low development costs. But this game is probably a shining exemplar of ambition. It's got ideas. It's trying things out. It's why I think we have such contempt for a lot of Rodolaikia's body of work, because when they come up, their games are usually fine, but it's like they're so bereft of ideas. They're the luncheon meat of our reviewing diet. This, on the other hand, not as solid as one of their platforming games, but like I said, it's got ideas. It's trying things. Doesn't always work, but that's experimentation.
Something that tries things and fails even spectacularly is usually more interesting than something that tries nothing and succeeds at mediocrity.
That's a good summation of the situation here. And as far it's a solid game. It just it does not come together. I do not know if these two gameplay styles can really come together in a satisfying way. Because Metroidvania and masochist platformer, they are really far apart from each other in terms of design and all that stuff. But maybe we can see a sequel to this, because I imagine that this is the kind of thing that can be iterated upon. So I suppose that has its own issues as well. Anyway, in terms of pricing, this game will clock in at $8. Yeah, that is, once again, that's a bit on the pricey end for something that's billing itself as something so simple and short. I'd say $5 would have been better, but I don't find 8 to be too egregious, and that is across platforms. There are versions on the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch, should you wish to purchase it for those consoles. All right, so any other questions, comments, or concerns over Necrosphere Deluxe?
I think I'm good.
I got it.
All right, so yeah, that'll about do it for not just this review, but this review session. So coming up on the week ahead, we will looks like we are going to have a not intentional, but we're going to be covering a lot of VR stuff this week. As on Wednesday, April 20th, we'll be having Gail Flores of Castelsoft. They are the creators of a VR 3D collectathon platformer called Jet Bounce. And on Friday, we will be having 3 representatives, let's say, because I would mangle these names. I'll have them introduce themselves on Friday. But anyway, they will be representing the company called McKiwi and VR Kiwi. VR Kiwi is going to be our particular interest because that's like where the games actually are, and they've got a few. They got a few of them to their name. Let me just. Yeah, they have Cave Digger 2, Cave Harder, VR Pigeons, and Time Patrol VR that we will be talking about on Friday. So, like I said, a lot of VR this week. So, and it's all going to be trailer footage because we do not have a VR headset of any sort in our possession currently. And even if we did, Petty is motion sick prone. So we would have to find a way around that. And there is a new episode of MSP planned for this week. Of note, this will be before Fragments of Silicon on Wednesday. This episode of MSP will be taking place at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see how that goes. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'll do my best to be here early, but then there's the how long will it go issue.
Yeah, it's also, will Mac be on time? Will the guest be on time? It's like, because, the shoe's on the other foot, or, the roles are reversed. There we go. They have, Mac is going to have to manage the time on that program for once. there's not going to be, there isn't another, there isn't another thing after MSP to brush up against until this week. So hopefully it doesn't fuck around with our scheduling, but we'll see on Wednesday. I'm like, yeah, we're not entirely confident about that because, Mac's been having life troubles again. And, he usually likes to sleep before MSP happens. So until Wednesday, we shall wish you good gaming and wish us good luck.